To solve a quadratic equation using the square root method, it's most likely a situation where we have a quantity squared that can easily be isolated. And that's our first move, is going to be to find that quantity that is being squared and get it by itself on one side of the equation. So in this first example, we'll subtract 3 from both sides, which gives us 4x squared is equal to 196. And then when we divide both sides by 4, we get x squared is equal to 49. Now we can more clearly see that if we take the square root of both sides, we would be solving for x. Anytime we take the square root of both sides of an equation, that needs to come along with the plus or minus, and one option for allowing for that plus minus possibility is to put the plus minus on the constant side. So the square root of a quantity squared, these two operators cancel each other out, and we're left with just x by itself on the left. And on the right-hand side, we have plus or minus 7, which of course means that x could be equal to positive 7 or x could be equal to negative 7. And both of these, when plugged back into the original, would make a true statement. In this next example, we see our quantity squared is x plus 2, so we're going to isolate that quantity by dividing both sides of this equation by negative 2. The negative 2's cancel out on the left, and we have x plus 2 quantity squared that remains. And on the right, negative 144 divided by negative 2 is positive 72. Now that we have the quantity squared that's being isolated, it's time to take the square root of both sides. And remember, anytime I take the square root, we have to consider the plus and minus, and that goes on the constant side. The square root of a quantity squared is going to cancel each other out, and the left-hand side has the x plus 2 that's no longer being held down by that quantity squared. It's now liberated and accessible. On the right-hand side, we still have that plus minus, and we can rewrite 72 under the radical as 36 times 2. Now, if you'll recall that we can split a radical over multiply, so this is the square root of 36 times the square root of 2, or 6 times the radical 2. So what we now have is x plus 2 is equal to plus or minus 6 times the radical 2. Now, let's pop back up here to our steps to say that we've already isolated the variable and taken the square root of both sides, considering the plus minus on the constant side. Now, when we have a little bit more work to do, we're going to split this into two separate equations to be sure that we're solving each of them correctly. Because of the fact that we have a plus or minus here, what that means is that x plus 2 could be equal to the positive 6 radicals 2, but x plus 2 could also be equal to the negative 6 radicals 2. So we took this equation and split it up into two equations. Now we can solve each one of them independently by subtracting 2 from both sides, and we do that in both equations. Our left-hand equation yields x by itself on the left, and we have negative 2 plus 6 radical 2's. These cannot be combined because they're not like terms. And on the right-hand side, we have x is equal to negative 2 minus 6 radical 2, and negative 2 and the 6 radical 2's are not like terms again, cannot be combined. So this is our final answer. We do have two solutions. However, we could also combine these two solutions, though, because we've got one is plus and one is minus. We can say that this is negative 2 plus or minus 6 radicals 2 like this. And that's another way of writing our answer.